Hello, and welcome back to Lesson 2.1.2, Assessing Project Risk. In this lesson, we're going to cover general risks, project-specific risks, other risks, and how much risk is enough. So let's get started. In this module, we are going to talk about general risks, project-specific risks, other risks, and how much risk is enough. So we're going to find out. So let's move on to the next slide. Let's talk about some of the general risks. Financial, a big risk. Project costs more than what was budgeted. That's a big risk that you want to make sure you can prevent. Time. Did the project get completed late? That's another risk to control. And then design. The project will not perform the function for which it was intended. That can be a real big problem. And then quality. Project will have poor quality materials or workmanship. That can be a real downer for the owner. And finally, construction safety. The project was not run as safely as was planned, and that could be a big problem with the general contractor and indirectly to the owner. Now let's talk about some project-specific risks, some site risks. There could be a big risk depending on where the site is being built. What's the community reaction? You really need to have the community behind the project because the community can really create some real problems to an owner. There could be regulatory concerns, so make sure through the owner and the contractor you get with all the regulatory commissions and departments that are involved in the project and make sure everything is going smooth. Environmental concerns, that can be a big issue. Sediment and erosion control, stormwater management. And the project itself, that's a project-specific risk. Sometimes a project's complexity is a major factor. New construction technologies. And finally, new computer technologies.
Hi, I hope you're enjoying this free lesson from the University of Maryland's Project Management Center for Excellence. If you want to check out more lessons just like this one, click the link in the description below where you'll be able to go to our website on executive project management. There, you can find edX courses, professional short courses where you can learn from an instructor like me, as well as request custom team training for you and your organization. All right, let's get back to the lesson and I'll see you at the end.
Now let's talk a little bit about other risks. Organizational risks, depending on how the project is set up, that could be a big risk. Does the organization have the in-house capability to manage the project planning, manage the project design, and finally manage the project completion through proper construction? Are there financial risks? We mentioned that earlier. Does the owner have adequate capital to pay for the project? Most government agencies do, and in the private sector, the same. But sometimes in the private sector, more risks are taken with less funding available up front. So how much risk is enough? Well, there's the story of the Army versus Navy and Navy Leadership One, the Contract and Construction Management Award during the Vietnam War. What this is all about is the Department of Defense split up the world many, many years ago between the Army Corps of Engineers and the Navy's Facilities Engineering Command, the two big military governmental organizations with construction and contract authority worldwide. Now, the Army got most of the plum facilities and locations, and the Navy maybe not as great. But Southeast Asia went to the Navy. This was many, many years ago. So when the Vietnam War started, it was located in an area that had Naval Facilities Engineering Command responsibility for contracting and construction during the Vietnam War. So they had the risk to manage all the construction during the war and did a great job in monitoring that as well. So how much risk is enough? Well, that needs to be measured and evaluated, and then a decision made on whether or not you move ahead or not. In the case of the Army versus Navy, the Navy won the decision to handle construction during the Vietnam War. So let's move on. Well, I hope you enjoyed assessing project risks and got a good lesson and a feel for risk on a project delivery method choice. It's a very important choice, generally made by the owner, with support from the architects and engineers, and occasionally from the construction management organization if they're on board early. So look forward to seeing you on the next lesson, which is minimizing project risks. Thank you.
Hey there, did you enjoy that lesson as much as I did? If you did, go ahead and give us a like. If you want to see another one, go ahead and subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, put them below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Moreover, is there somebody in your life who really needs this lesson right now? If so, go ahead and share it with them. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Now, we look forward to seeing you in the next lesson where you can learn even more from the University of Maryland Project Management Center for Excellence. Thanks so much.